Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss a topic called classes and the functions. In the previous chapter we have discussed about what exactly is the classes and what is objects and how we are writing the code for particular classes and the objects using the programmer defined types. In the same way, how we can use the classes and the functions here. Okay, so we'll discuss in detail about this one in this chapter, how we can use them, classes and the functions. So far in general, we have the functions in which the programmer defined objects. That means a programmer will define the objects and that can be taken as the parameters, and it will return them as the results. Okay, so in this chapter we will discuss them, how we can define the objects, and these objects can be taken as the parameters and return them as the results. Okay, so here also we'll be discussing in detail about what exactly is the functional programming style, and we have the two program development plans. Okay, and what is that program development plans and how it is useful for writing the functions and the classes. Okay, so we'll discuss in detail about this. The first topic in this chapter is time. Okay, so they have considered time as one example, and they have defined that class as the time and how you can represent the same and for what purpose we can define. Okay, so when you consider this example, we have a programmer defined type. We will define a class called time. Okay, that is programmer defined type is time. Okay, so this is a class name, that is time. Okay, so what does this do? This records the time of the day. We want to record what is the time of the day. How you can write the class definition for this one? So here is the class definition. We'll be writing name of the class, and then class and the name of the class, and then you will be writing the body of that particular class. Okay, so this the present, what does this do? It should represent the time of the day considering the attributes. Obviously, when you consider the time attributes, it will contain attributes, that is hour, minute, and then second. Okay, so now what we can do, we can create a new time object and assign attributes for hours, minutes, and then seconds. How you can create the new time object? So you are creating the variable time, and then you are creating the new time object, that is time. Okay, so now you will be allocating the values for this particular attribute. So what are the attributes we have? Hour, minute, and then second. Okay, time dot hour is equals to 1, and then time dot min is equals to minute is equals to 59, and then time dot seconds is equals to 30. Okay, how you will be representing the same in the state diagram, that is here you can see time as the class, and then instance is the time, and what does the attributes it contains? Hour, minute, and then second, and the corresponding values for these particular attributes. Okay, so that is why they specified the state diagram for the time object looks like this. Okay, so that is how one example how you can define the time. Okay, so the next topic here is pure functions. Okay, so how to use the pure functions in the Python programming language, and what is this pure functions, what is the necessity? Okay, so we'll be writing very two important function that will add the time values. Whenever you want to add the time values, you need some functions and the modifiers to add the time values. How we can do? Okay, so to demonstrate this, we use the two kinds of the important functions, that is, one is pure functions and the modifiers. We'll be discussing in detail about what is pure functions and then modifiers. Okay, so we also demonstrate a development plan called prototype and then patch. Prototype means we know in general it is a model, and what patch you can give it to that particular prototype. Okay, which is a way of tackling a complex problem. Whenever you have a complex problem, how do you tackle that? By using the prototype and patch method. So by starting with the simple prototype and incrementally dealing with the complication, how we can do? Okay, so here is a simple prototype for adding the time values, how we can do it. Okay, so here we have the programmer defined type, that is we are defining add time and T1 and T2. That means we want to add T1 and the T2 values. Okay, initially we have sum is equals to time. This is the object what we have defined, and now sum dot hour is equals to the value of the T1 dot hour plus T2 dot hour. Okay, these two values will be added and it will be saved to the assigned to the sum dot hour and stored in the sum dot hour. Okay, and the same way sum dot minute is equals to T1 dot minute plus T2 dot minute. Okay, so it will add up these two values and store in sum dot minute. Okay, and next one is in the similar way sum dot second is equals to T1 dot second and T2 dot. So then once adding all these things and the entire sum value will be returned. Okay, return sum. Okay, so this is the most basic part how we can add the time. Now what does that function will be doing? It will be create a new time object. Okay, we have seen here, this is the time object what we have created here, and then what does it do? It initializes the attributes and returns the reference to the new object. So that is called as the pure function. Okay, because it does not modify any object passed to it as arguments and does no effect. It does not modify anything, so we can call it as a pure function. Okay, the similar way it displays a value what the user is getting other than returning a value. Okay, how we can test this function, how you can verify? So what we can do is we have to create the two time objects. Okay, two time objects, that is start, that contains the start of the time. For example, say when you are watching the movie, like say movie name is Monty Python and Holy Grail, the duration contains the runtime of the movie, which is 1 hour 35 minutes. When you want to add this, what is the duration of these two movies? Okay, so now for example, say we have this add time. See here we have the add time which figures out when the movie will be done. Okay, how it will show when the movie is done. For example, start is equals to time. This is a time object what you are calling. Start dot hour is equals to 9 hours, minute is 45 minutes, and 0. Okay, you are initializing it to 0. And now in the similar way you are calling the time object for the duration. Duration we know it is 1 hour 35 minutes. Say we have hour is 1, minutes is 35, and seconds is 0. Now you want to add start and the duration objects. Okay, so when you print this you will be getting unexpected result, because the movie what we are watching is 1 hour 35 minutes. Okay, how can it be 10 hours and 80 minutes? So the result, it will not be what you are hoping for. This problem is because this function does not deal with the cases where number of seconds or minutes adds up more than 60. We have a minute contains the 60 seconds. Okay, so it is not dealing where you have to add the minutes or the seconds, okay, which is more than 60. Okay, so what happens when that happens, we have to carry the extra seconds into the minute column and then extra minutes into the another hour column. How we can do this one? You can say here, you can do like this. First you will be defining the function that is add time t1 and t2, and then we have one time object, that is sum is equals to time, then sum dot hour is equals to t1 dot hour plus t2 dot hour, minute is t1 dot minute plus t2 dot minute, sum dot second is t1 plus dot second plus t2 dot second. So now check for the condition whether if sum dot second is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so if it is equal to 0, sum dot second will be decremented by 60 and minute will be incremented by 1 minute. Okay, so if in the similar way, if sum dot minute is greater than 60, sum dot minute will be decremented by 60 and hour is incremented by 1, and then it returns the sum value. Okay, so now in this case, this is how you can write the pure functions. Okay, so that will return the exact value. Okay, so this is about the pure functions, and then how you can use the time object. Okay, thank you. In the next session we will be discussing about what exactly is the modifier and how we can use the modifiers. Thank you.